Okay, imagine it's May 2015, and you're bored watching TV. You're waiting until regular show came on, but right now it's just Steven Universe. Ugh. Suddenly, though, game trailer starts. New games? You like video games. Nintendo? You like Nintendo. A new Nintendo game? Awesome. Awesome! Wait, what the fuck is this? Okay, you imagine that? Good, because that was my exact reaction for the first time I saw a trailer for Splatoon. I'd grown up playing Lego games and a Mario game here and there, as well as Majora's Mask, so I'd grown to like Wii U games. What, Splatoon? Really? Nintendo? Squid Kids playing Turf Wars. If I wanted Turf Wars, I'd go on Mindplex. To be fair, the trailer did not make the game look good at all. Eventually though, I went over to a buddy Alex's house where he had Splatoon. He played around a bit to show me what it was like, but even then I wasn't blown away. It really didn't look like that much fun to me. It seemed like Nintendo's cheap take on a shooter. I like shooters and I like Nintendo, but those two didn't really go well together. Well, okay, except for the COD games on the Wii U. More time passed and I was bored. Regular show wasn't on TV and Skydoes Minecraft hadn't uploaded anything new. I decided to check in on a smaller channel that I've been watching for a couple years now, K-Wing Let's Plays. They had uploaded some Splatoon videos, and with nothing else to do in the summer, I decided to give the game one last shot.
This is me.
I think next time you should just do it on your own because I think they'll set you up with like people of your own skill level.
Probably. I'm just gonna follow this guy because he's.
Well, make sure you ink the whole time you're going through because you want to split, or I don't know, do whatever you want.
Something about K-Wing and K-Wife playing the game made me a bit more interested in it. It didn't blow me away, but it made me more curious towards the game. Finally, I caved in and bought it. Upon buying the game, it actually took me a couple more days to play it, but when I did, I realized just how wrong I had been about Splatoon. I don't really know what it was to this day, but something about the game just clicked with me. Something that no trailer could ever really capture. It wasn't how the game looked or anything, but a combination of how fun it was to play, the joy of splattering people, the awesome soundtrack, cool maps, the amazing weapons, and being able to play with friends. I remember having some great times with Alex while Splat Attack was playing in the background. The weapons were a big plus for me. There were so many options, and the ultimate abilities were awesome. My favorite weapons were the dual pistols with the airstrike ability. The game wasn't perfect, bugs being an often occurrence, and the players weren't balanced at all. Japan got the game a good bit earlier than the US, so every time a player with some Japanese characters as their username would join the match, there was a unanimous sense of dread. Europe also got the game early, but they were never really a threat. Especially those cocksucking knobhead Brits with jacked up teeth and some old hag as their queen and the dumb accent and inferior Splatoon skills. You hear that, Brits? 3 for 3, baby. 70, 76, 18, 12, and 2015. Let's go! Sorry, my patriotism got the best of me for a moment. What I'm trying to get at is that even though the game wasn't perfect, they kept keeping it fresh with more maps, weapons, cosmetics, and music. Even Splatfests were a blast. It was a nice competition that would divide friends in a good way. It was a fun game, but eventually got old. And of course, Nintendo comes to beat a dead horse, and it actually works. Again, Splatoon 2 was released in 2017, full 2 years after the release of the original. Naturally, I eagerly bought it. This time though, it was on the Nintendo Switch, and a lot of my friends had Switches. For the first time in my Splatoon gaming life, I was playing with groups of friends. It was always loads of fun, especially since you didn't always end up on the same side. New cosmetics and hairstyles made the game pretty interesting, and the story mode wasn't bad either. I liked the inclusion of the Octolings. They always seemed pretty cool to me. Of course, the community was still garbage. Okay, garbage isn't the best word. They were nice enough and not really annoying, which is better than a lot of other gaming communities, but they were just kind of weird. They would constantly fetishize the squids. Not the characters, but the actual squids, and I don't know about you, but that's pretty weird to me. Either way, it didn't really detract from the game. If anything, it added something else to make fun of with the homies. I still don't know what it was with the first game that made me so enthralled with it, but the second game never really captured that magic. Maybe it was just me growing up, but aside from the playing with friends part, I would hardly ever touch the game, whereas with the first, I would grind solo for hours. The game didn't really impact my life as much as others, but it always meant something to me. When I think back on my childhood, I always think about Splatoon. It was a fun game that I could just relax and enjoy being toasty. For that, I thank you, Nintendo, for creating an insanely fun game that gave me a lot of great childhood memories. Also, those two announcers in the first game were kinda hot.